Good afternoon and hi to everybody. Thanks so much for joining us today for a webinar I know you'll find interesting and very useful. My name is Sandy Elson, and on behalf of the travel professional community and homebasedtravelagent.com, I want to welcome all of you and thank you so much for taking time out of your day to be with us today. I am very pleased that our host for today's webinar is Passport Online. Passport Online is the industry leader in delivering comprehensive digital marketing solutions to travel agents. This includes websites, email marketing tools, and social media programs, all geared to work for and with the travel agent community. Our speaker today is Marilyn McAleer. Marilyn is Vice President, Business Development at Passport Online, where she oversees marketing, sales, and social media. Marilyn's topic today is, what role do your website and social media play in growing your business? And as always, we really appreciate the support we get from Passport Online. Before we get started, please remember that you are all muted, but we welcome your questions. You can type in your questions at any time in the question area you see on the right-hand panel of your screen. At the end of Marilyn's presentation, we'll get to as many questions as we can. So let's get started with Marilyn's wonderful presentation. Welcome, Marilyn.
Thank you, Sandy. It's great to be here, and it's great to be part of the HBTA community again. We really enjoy this group, and we love hearing from them because after our webinars and our emails, we always get great responses from the folks that join the conference call. So I appreciate it. Hopefully, we'll give you a little bit more information today to enlighten you on continuing to keep your eye on your website and also to grow your social media so that you're participating in both, keeping them both updated and alive so that you can grow your business, because you will continue to grow your business from what you're doing online and in the internet world. If you're just relying on phone calls and references, eventually that source is going to dry up. So you need to supplement it with everything else that you're doing. And there's also another whole generation out there who literally don't talk on the phone, as many of us know. So with that, I'll just give you a quick brief outline. Many of you know who Passport Online is because we've been in the business for 20 years. And all we've done is work with travel agents and suppliers and consortia in the travel world, in the leisure travel world. So we've been around a long time, we've learned a lot, and we tend to listen to our customers. As a result, we've grown our agency representation to over 3,000 individual agency websites, and we have a vast array of host and independent contractor websites. And we're going to talk about this a little bit later, but we get about between 5 and 6 million consumers a month that shop on our website, and our social media program, ESP, has grown to the extent that we have now more than 1,500 agency Facebook pages that we post to, and those pages reach nearly 1 million Facebook users. So we've really expanded our reach. We've done it on your behalf, and we've got more to talk about because we work with the industry's top suppliers, the cruise lines, the tour operators, packagers, wholesalers, and hospitality organizations. And it's very important that we work with these folks. We started out by literally 20 plus years ago, we were gathering faxes. And if some of you have been around for a while, you'll remember that you used to get faxes from all the suppliers with their latest specials and exclusives on it. And they'd come firing in all day, and you'd be pulling them off trying to see what was next and what was for sale this week. So we came up with the idea that we would kind of package these things all up, put them in a database, and try to push them out to you in a more electronic way. And that's kind of the way that it started. So we grew our relationships from the very beginning with the suppliers, and now we've got the richest relationship ever with the top suppliers that you people all work with. And it's resulted in us having a lot of cruise berths, 15,000 plus unique itineraries. hundreds of thousands of distinct departures. And then because of our relationships with all the consortia, literally we work with all of the major consortia, we get their exclusives. So they send them to us, we put them in our database, and we serve them back up to you if you are a member of any of those exclusives, so of those consortia or host agencies. So imagine the fact that you have a website and you don't have to worry about promoting what your consortia, the reason why you're a member of a consortia or a host agency is because they provide you benefits. And some of those benefits are passed directly on to your customers. So why wouldn't you want to put those on your website and promote them? And we've got them on our websites. In our database. And nobody else has that. No other travel website provider has the consortia relations or offers the amount of supplier content that we do. And it's because we've been in the business for so long, and we provide a valid and credible series of content and website programs that people have adopted. So there are a lot of competition out there, and some of them will tell you that supplier content isn't important, but I'll be able to prove to you that it very definitely is. So we've gone from just website and content aggregation to email marketing to social media. We've evolved, we've grown as your businesses have grown, and we've tried to meet the needs of what you as the travel agent are demanding going forward. The reason why we built ESP, our social media product, is because we talked to you all. We had focus groups, we had phone calls with our customers, and this was about 5 years ago when we first started building the social media program. And we had a predecessor to ESP, but we did it because the one thing we heard was, yeah, I know I have to get into social media, but I don't have the time. So really, you need to be selling travel, and you do that really well, but you have to sell it through all these different media channels. And so how can we help you do that? And that's how we developed ESP, and that's how we pushed it out to the travel agency community to say, look, let us help you with your posting on Facebook. We'll do some of it for you, and you do the rest. So that's how it evolved, because we listen to the community and we give them what they're asking for. So one of the things that, because we've been in the business for as long as we have, we got a ton of data. We got a lot in our database. And here's what we know, just kind of off the cuff. Our websites, as I said, get between 5 and 6 million unique visits per month. So what does that mean? That means consumers are shopping on our websites. They are shopping. They're going to your individual sites, if you have one of ours, and they're shopping. And they're staying on the sites. We know that because we get almost over 400,000 detailed offer views. Now, what's a detailed offer view? It just means that the customer has clicked into something off of your home page. So if a consumer's coming on, they're looking at your home page, they are shopping for travel, they've clicked through, and now they're looking at specific information on your page. They're searching for vacation content. And here's what they're shopping for. Over 60% of our detailed offer reviews are cruise, 38% are tourism packages, and 2% is kind of everything else. So clearly you want to be, if you're a cruise agent, you want to be highlighting cruises. If you're not, you still want to have cruise content on your site. So 2016 was an interesting year. So we went back and looked at kind of where were those consumers shopping, and what were they looking for? On the cruise side, the #1 cruise destination by far was Alaska, followed by Mexico, and then the Caribbean. And the Caribbean is interesting because I think it was down as a result of Zika. So Alaska may have taken the brunt or the bulk of that business. Mexico was up a little bit. Mexico not, I guess, being as impacted, but just an interesting difference. The other thing that I love is on the land side, national parks by far got the most visits last year. Why is that? Because it was the 100th birthday of our national parks. From our side, we did a lot of promotion individually on agency websites for the agents about national parks. We worked with our preferred suppliers, and we put together compelling offer groups so that and banners on the individuals' websites so that agents could promote our national parks, and clearly that was successful. Second was Europe, the obvious destinations, London, Paris, Italy. And then finally, this was kind of an outlier, we had a lot of unique visits, detailed offer views to Central Asia, India, Nepal, you know, and that central area. So not quite sure why that happened, but we got a lot of visits to Central Asia. So, you know, what does that mean? It means, you know, as I said, folks are shopping on your website. They're looking for content. They're looking to shop. They're looking at who you are and what you do and why they should stay on your site. Your website is your virtual store. It's no different than you going on Amazon or going on, you know, Nordstrom. Your customer is coming into your website because they want to shop. Presentation is everything. You've got to have a beautiful home page. It has to be pretty and compelling. Everything needs to be correct and up to date. You don't want any broken links or old content on there. And, you know, clearly, like with anything, you're making a first impression. I mean, think of yourself as the shopper. So when you go shop, we all shop online. When you go online to go shopping, you're going to stay on that site or not based on the home page and the first impression you have. So your website should be no different than that. Once the customer gets there, they start shopping. So you need to have content which talks about you and your expertise. So you clearly have to highlight, you know, why they should stay on your site, who you are, what you do, and what your qualifications are, and clearly what your passion is. You got to give them a place to shop. So once they're there, they're like, okay, I want to go to Europe. Okay, you got to give them some kind of options to go to Europe. And it's no different than, as I said, you being on any one of these retail shopping sites. So imagine if you went to Nordstrom's and you were shopping for a bathrobe, and when you did the search, you got one result. Would you stay on that site? If you went to Nike and you were shopping for hiking shoes or running shoes, and they served up, you know, in your size, one result, would you stay? So, I mean, you have to relate travel shopping the same way. If you don't present them with options, they're going to go someplace else. Because Expedia's got options, and, you know, Costco's got options. Costco's got whole bunches of stuff on their site, but they have a travel site as well. So you want to prevent your customer base with the options that are important, because it's identifying who you are and who you work with. And then finally, you've got to link with social media, because that's where the consumer is these days. So here's some examples I'm going to show you. This is a customer. He's got multiple URLs, and he builds websites associated with those URLs. So AlaskaCruisesAndLandTours.com is a site that is just strictly Alaska tours. And you'll see that he's got all sorts of details on Alaska, including, you know, offers, searching, images that you can see. So lots and lots of detailed information about Alaska. And he averages 18,000 sessions a month with 4,000 detailed offer views. And from there, his bookings are very high. So one example. Another, let me just quickly go here. completely different association, but she spreads out her tabs so that when a customer comes on, first of all, she's highlighting that she's a brick and mortar, so she's got her address in there first, but she's taken her individual specialties and she's broken them out into tabs so that rather than having a destination page that has all destinations on it, she's broken it out and featuring tours and vacations in Scandinavia. And if you look at that, these are destinations with really great images, great map, and then all sorts of information on each one of the Scandinavian countries. You've got a video, and then you've got an option of great trips. So kind of everything rolled into one, but you can clearly see if you hop on this site that there are specific destinations and areas that you would like to go to, that potentially you would like to go to. So that's what I mean about just making it different, making it customized, and getting, as a result, getting folks to come into your site and stay there. So her differentiation is in her tabs. She's getting 24,000 sessions she got in January of 2017 and 2,400 detailed offer views. So, 10% of the folks that are visiting her site are going into more details. So what we've done with Nextsite is we've kind of done this combination. We've upgraded it a lot. We've enhanced it. We've added a lot of new things. And we call it kind of the beauty and the brain. So we've tried to combine the beauty of really great design and images, the power of rich supplier content, and of course your exclusive agent information. And we translated that into giving your customers great shopping options that highlight your suppliers, your groups and your specialties, and clearly your expertise and your knowledge. So it's not about one or the other, it's about a combination of both. And we've done that this year with our new upgrades. We continue to add new templates, and we have an open architecture, so it's really easy to build it, and then it's really easy to update it and maintain it. Our image library is in excess of 150 images now. We've added even more. We allow you to have a lot of variety on every page, and that's important, and I'm going to go into that in a little bit. And we also give you unlimited pages. You can have as many pages as you want on your site, and you can be as creative with that as you want to. The brains part is providing the agent content, clearly, what makes you different, the supplier content, the consortia and the host exclusives, the ability to preference your suppliers, and the ability to add your groups and any kind of niche that you want. So it's a combination of everything that's beautiful, but also adding the kind of intellectual property that makes you different. And here's just some great examples of the differences between each and every site that we create. So great backgrounds, great. This is clearly the celebrity advertisement that they've recently said. Completely different one. This one also, when they say plan your perfect cruise, river cruise, and tropical getaway, each one of these link to more information about cruising, more information about river cruises, more information about tropical getaways. So these kinds of links are really critical to search with the search engines. I love this image. These are actually rotating images, but I grabbed this one because I just love the color scheme and how it blends with the search box. And then this one we're going to look at a little bit later as well, but this is clearly, you will know once you've taken a look at what these folks do, what their passion is, and what their expertise is. So I was about to get into this, it's not just about your homepage, okay? It's very important that your homepage have creative images, have depth of content for search, and detail of your expertise, but it's also really important that you carry that through. So what you don't want is to have a really, really beautiful homepage, and then you click on something and you get into a page that has one product offer or one sentence talking about you, or just a bunch of images, but they don't link anywhere. Excuse me. It's really important for you to carry through the details in you on every page. So if I go to Easy Cruise, you'll see that they've got this really great home page. But if you page up and I go to cruises, they've got not only information about cruises, they've also got a cruise booking engine. They also highlight a different cruise spotlight every time you come in. Same with vacations. They're going to talk about what land packages they have. Whoops, sorry about that. They've got information on land packages. They've got a search tool, but then they've also featuring their weekly specials, and then they're highlighting their Sandals resorts. They're highlighting, and all of this is clickable to see specific information. So the key here is the importance of not just your homepage. Homepages are very important, but you've got to also make sure the rest of your website has some depth to it. Why? Because if they don't find what they're looking for, they're not going to come back. They're going to go someplace else. So you want to make sure that when they click off that home page, that they're going someplace that's compelling and that's keeping them there. And this is a great example. We saw this earlier. This is the Adventure and Outdoor Travel Agency. So clearly you've got tremendous information here about what they're doing. You've got links to these various destinations. I love this part. The whole area of contacting is not just, clearly their office hours, but it's not just about calling or emailing. Now they've added their Skype contact and the ability to sign up for an email to be notified for updated information. So, you know, adding Skype, adding the ability to text you, all of that is, you have to be able to communicate with your consumers the way that they want to be communicated to. And that's not just the phone and email anymore. You know, the next generation likes to be texted, and they like to text back. So you've got to consider that as you're adding and expanding your website contact information. Maybe you add a Skype address, and maybe you put your text SMS information in there so that, you know, if they don't want to call you, then they can text you. And that's key. So down here, clearly you've got identified lifestyle adventures here, luxury, wellness, adventure. And if once you click on adventure, you're going to the second page, more cool images, more information on what they're doing via safaris and multisports. You can click on these and get more information. And then if you clicked on the African safaris, it's going to take you into a product offer. So it's a seamless and elegant transition from starting on the web page to understand what exactly they do, clicking on an adventure link, getting more information about 2 different kinds of adventures, and then if you're interested in Africa, being able to click on an offer or multiple offers that serve up Africa. And you'll see that this link here shows more offers from this specific supplier. So that's what I mean about being able to carry through from your home page into the deep dig down into what your customer is actually looking for. So let's briefly talk about, you know, some ways that you can drive business to your website. How do you get them there to see your beautiful home page and all the information that you have for them? You know, I've been attending a bunch of conferences lately, and one of the things that we've seen is kind of the return of the travel agent. I don't think you ever went away, but there was this perception. I actually had a discussion 2 days ago with a friend of mine who said, well, wait, does anybody use travel agents anymore? I thought they were going away. And I said, you know, this is the big myth about the travel agent becoming a dinosaur. In the early days of the internet, clearly that was the way it seemed, but the internet grew to the point where when there are tens of millions, and I mean that not in an exaggerated way, of pages on the internet that you can search for travel for, no one can do that anymore. And when we're talking about complex leisure travel, everybody is now saying we need an expert. And that's where you come in. And the next generation, what we call millennials, and then the gang after that, and I don't know what they're called, they're doing the same thing. They're going in and they're doing a lot of search their own way, and then they're saying, okay, somebody else book it for me because I don't have the time and I can't research everything. So again, I talked to you about keeping your website up to date, modern, and also the contact information to the place that you need it to be. So you got to have content on your site. We've talked about that. You got to have graphics. We've talked about that, and you got to promote it. So content, as I've said before, search engines love content. They like it unique. They like it to be able to link into something else. That's why it's so important for you to have your own special content on your site. There's 3 types of content: unique, clearly; supplier, clearly; and then your call to action. We've talked about it all, but it kind of succinctly wraps it up. Unique content is all about you, your specialty, your experience, your background, and your passion. Supplier content is who you work for or with. It provides the shopping experience. It offers up your preferred suppliers. Those are the guys that pay you more commissions and offer your consumer a better benefit. So it's not just about, you know, who's advertising this week. It's about who do you want to promote this week. It's promoting those specials and exclusives. And then how do they find you? Well, now they need to find you via email, phone, text or SMS, Skype, and social media links. So you've got to make sure that you're adding things. You also have to be able to respond that way. So if you don't want a text message, then don't add it to your call to action. Graphics are, you know, the key to fantastic user experiences. Nobody's denying that these days. You need to have really crisp, beautiful images. And I would encourage you to use your own images. You all are in the travel business. You take trips. You go on fam trips. You go on inaugural cruises. You take pictures. Put them on your website. You know, if you've got any kind of a mobile phone these days, a smartphone, they take incredible pictures, and you can post them. And that's what's key. That's what makes your website different than the next person's, because you've taken specific images that basically demonstrate that you are an expert and that you have been to the places that you're talking about and trying to sell. So add videos. High quality videos are important, and you can actually take them from your mobile phones as well. Add slideshows. We provide, in our new upgraded Next site, we provide a really, really slick slideshow builder that you can just upload your images and create a rotating slideshow that you can change out all the time, which is what you should do. And then you should tag your photos with an alt tag, because then they're searched. So rather than just having this be a beautiful photo, if you alt tagged it with, you know, sitting on the beach in Cape Cod, or some other, whatever the destination is, then you're adding to the ability for you to be searched on Google and the other search engines. So driving traffic to your website is all about promotion. You've got to work it. I always used to say when we first started doing the building websites and giving webinars that if you build it, they will not come, and they still won't, because they've got a lot more options these days than they did before. So you've got to actively promote your website, and you've got to be proud of it. So you need to make sure people know that your website is important to you. You need, when you're talking on the phone, or you meet somebody in the grocery store, or somebody you're talking about, your business in your church group, that you need to drive them to your website. It doesn't have to just be, oh, give me a call or come in and see me. You need to drive them to your website. Hey, I've got this terrific website. I've just come back from an inaugural cruise. Hop on and look at what I've done, and then let's get together or let's talk. So you've got to create the engagement, which means you've got to look at your website yourself. You've got to make sure that kind of what we've talked about today. Part of your homework today is to get off the webinar, go sell travel all day, and then tonight, maybe over a glass of wine or a cup of tea, look at your website and see what ways you can improve it based on things that we've talked about today. Refer customers to your website. Make sure it's on your business card, it's on your signature. If you're sending out invoices, you've got it there. And if you've got a phone auto hold that you're saying, I'm sorry I've missed you, please visit my website at www.abctravel.com. And I'll also return your call as soon as possible. If you're sending out emails, do you put your link of your website back to it? Are you adding an email link or a website link to your emails? Little things that you can think about that you should be doing every day. And then now you have to use social media. You just have to. You have to add social media to your website. So that's why we created Facebook, to help you with that. And not Facebook. We didn't create Facebook, although I'd like to wish I had. Mark Zuckerberg did that, but we created ESP and we built it to interface with Facebook. And what it does is we essentially curate great travel-related content. We queue them up in a dashboard that you can review, and then they post to your Facebook page at a set time and number of posts per day. And the key is you can block any post you don't want. So you can go into your dashboard at any time. You can look at what's queued up over the course of the next couple of days. If you don't want it, all you have to do is click the block box and it will not post. But what it does is it's meant to keep you consistently posting on your Facebook page. And then we also teach you to link to Twitter. So if you have Twitter, anything that you post on Facebook can automatically also post on your Twitter account. So that keeps you engaged in 2 social media channels. So it's meant to keep you consistently posting. It's not meant to be your only social media posting channel. You need to do that as well. You need to supplement your Facebook posting with your own stuff, because you know your followers better than we do. But this is meant to keep your followers engaged and to know that, and to remind them that you are in the travel business every day that you're posting. So once again, we've got a ton of expertise in social media because we've been doing this for a few years. So we've got over 3 years of success stories since we launched ESP, and we've had a tremendous amount of response. As we said, we power more than 1,500 agency Facebook pages, and we've gotten a lot of anecdotal responses that say that agents have literally sold packages and cruises directly from posts that have been on their Facebook page. And that's not necessarily supplier posts or things that are selling posts, but because we posted a fantastic image of Ireland, and a consumer contacted an agent and said, I didn't know you sold Ireland. I thought you only did cruises. So that kind of stuff is what we mean by the engagement and keeping and reminding your followers that you're in the travel business. So we reach 1 million users, and they're your users, and they're looking at your Facebook page. So, you know, what does that mean? What are all those, touching all of those people mean? It means we've gotten a lot more data. We got data again, and we know the best days and times to post, and the ones that get the best likes, shares, and comments, so that's your engagement. The types of posts that work best for travel agency followers, so we've done a lot of investigation and research regarding what posts work, what don't work as well. And so we kind of go out and then we go looking for more of those types of posts. Even with the suppliers that participate with us, we do more branding than actual full-on selling. But yet when we do selling, we make sure that that message and that image is so compelling and so elegant that, you know, you'd never know that we were actually putting something on sale, that we were actually promoting a sale. We also know a lot about Boost. And we will advise agents what the best time to boost and what to boost is and how much to spend. So we know the best way to boost posts as well. So we've just learned a lot. That's who we are. We gather data and we try to give it to you in a variety of different ways like we're doing today. So here's an example. Best times to post, days and times to post. Monday at 4. And you'll look at these times and you'll say, okay, Friday at 6 a.m., that's when you need ESP, because probably most of you are posting at 6 a.m. But that's when they get the most engagement. So, of course, it's across multiple time zones. So, but there are folks that are doing Saturday at 6 p.m. is interesting because you think, you know, folks are just settling down for their Saturday night, but, you know, they're visiting Facebook. And the interesting thing about this is if you look at the times for Mondays and Fridays, people are clearly on Facebook while they're at work. So, well, you know, we're not supposed to encourage that. Let's make sure that you're posting at the same time that they're looking. So just to give you an idea of kind of the stuff that we've learned. So let's just make sure that you know what you're doing here as far as your some tips on social media and your website. So clearly you've seen this in all of the examples that I've shown you. You need to link your website from all of your social media accounts. So this is the opposite of what I was just saying. Make sure that when you've built your Facebook business page and you're talking about your business, that you include your website in your URL in that area. So you'll see here that it's added. There's a lot of talk about who you are and what you do. You need to make sure that that happens. And another example, clearly make that business information, outline what you do, but add all of your contact information. Okay? And then, of course, vice versa is add social media links to your website, and that's key. So, and the point is that regardless of what you do, maybe you don't do Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, blogging. Maybe you just do Facebook and Twitter because you've got those two connected. That's okay, but make sure that it's in your banner, because when a customer gets in and goes deeper into your website off of your homepage, that link will continue on. The banner will continue over into all your pages, and at any time, a customer can click on the Facebook link and go directly into your Facebook page. So make sure that it's in your banner. And we always encourage it to be in your banner, and we encourage it to be up top as opposed to the bottom. So it's clearly up to you. That's a judgment call on your part. Maybe you don't want that up on the top of your banner, but we would encourage that you at least put it in your header or your footer. So now I'm going to connect the dots a little bit before we close and I open it up to questions. So clearly I have to have a shameless sales pitch at the end of this presentation. So one of the things that makes us unique in the industry, and again, because we've grown it for so many years, is we've connected these two. We've connected our website and ESP so that it works even better for those of you that have both. So when we do supplier posts, and we usually do about one every couple of days, that if you have a next site and there's a supplier post that goes onto your ESP, if it's a promotional post, it will link directly back to your website and into that promotions page. So a customer can see a great promotion on your Facebook page. They click on it, and they're taken directly into your website to see all the information. How cool is that? That it's completely connected so that your customer on your Facebook page can go directly to your website and go directly into that offer. Let me show you. Here's a recent Paul Gauguin cruise. You'll see it's for sale. It's got this cool image, and her website, the email address is on it. And when you click on it from there, you get taken directly into the promotional piece about this 2-week sale. So, really, really nice promotion, gives you all the information directly on your website, and then they can contact you for more data and more information. So I think that's when we present, our value proposition to a travel agent, it's all about the personalization and the connecting of all of our various media channels, whether they be email, website, or social media, and we connect them and tie them together so that when you have one piece, the other piece is connected. When you have the website, we only display your preferred supplier content. If you don't sell a certain supplier, but they're in our database, we won't put them and we won't show them on your website. So it's that kind of things, the specialization, the preferencing, the tying of all the various channels together that makes us different within the industry. So, hey, at the end, I got to tell you what the pricing is, just in case you're interested. Our setup fee is $150 for NextSite, and what that includes is your complete customization of your site. As long as it takes for you for us to help you set your setup, we set the site up initially, and then we help you with all of the additional things. The $55 per month is clearly the licensing fee, the hosting fee, and it provides you support through the lifetime of your website contract. So our support team is second to none. We provide amazing support from 7 a.m. Pacific time to 6 p.m. Pacific time. So essentially, 10 a.m. Eastern to 9 p.m. Eastern. Giving you whatever you need when you need it. We will be there. And I think that, anybody that has been a customer of ours in the past will clearly endorse the fact that we have the best support team of anybody in the industry as it relates to our technology tools or technology tools. ESP is $15 per month. We can package that so you can buy NextSite and ESP, and that's $70. Or you can buy ESP on your own if you already have a website, you're happy with it, but you'd really like to get that social media posting. You can do that. If you want to just buy NextSite for $55, you can do that. You don't have to have ESP unless you want it. All we ask at the conclusion of this presentation is that you contact us. So you can email us, you can call us. I don't have my text number on here, and I'm going to refrain from doing that for a while, but we were going to have the ability for you to be able to text us as well. But at this point in time, I am going to open this up for questions because I've talked long enough.
Thank you so much.
Sandy?
Yeah, that was amazing information. Thank you so much. We do have several questions, and we'll get to at least a few of them. I want to remind our agents who are on this call that if we don't get to your question, or if you think of something after the webinar is over, you have Passport Online's contact information there. So jot it down, and they'll be happy to help you. This question came.
Well, you'll also, Sandy, if
Yeah.
I can just interrupt, you also send us the list with all the questions, so we will absolutely get back to everyone that asks a question.
Okay, excellent. Thank you. This question came in early in the webinar. I don't know if the asker's question has been answered, but he wanted to know if this is basically a pay-per-click system.
If
Is there payment involved in pay-per-click for
no,
clicking on the links?
no, absolutely not.
Okay.
Yeah, there's no pay-per-click from the customer perspective. It's clearly, the kind of content that we provide and the shopping experience that we provide to the consumer is what's driving the 400,000 detailed offer views. But as a consumer or as a travel agent, you're not paying for those click-throughs, if that's what the question meant.
Okay, I think you answered it. Can a blog be integrated into a next site page?
Yes.
Okay. Marilyn, what's your feeling about having a booking engine on the website?
You know what? I have lots of feelings about that, actually. Sometimes they're conflicted, and sometimes they're in full concert. I think that these days, providing the consumer the ability to book online is important because we've got a generation that is coming up that is used to doing that. That being said, what you don't necessarily want to do is send a consumer off your website to an outside booking engine. So, like for instance, some of them do it very well. Globus has a good booking engine that we actually link from Nextsite directly into the Globus booking engine, and it's branded. One of the things that you have to remember when you're putting booking engines on your site, and that's another thing, you don't want to put multiple booking engines because it's not a good customer experience. But you want to make sure that whatever consumer-facing booking engine that you're linking to, that there is full branding for you, that your contact information, your agency is fully branded on that booking engine, and that there's an ability for the consumer to get back to your website. You have no idea how many times I go on websites and I'm looking at a booking engine and they're sent into, I'm not going to I'll call out. It's not necessarily Sandals. Sandals does a very good job of branding, but sometimes they'll just get sent out to a website and the agency hasn't realized that they've just sent them directly to, whatever the supplier is, and there's no ability for them to click back into their website, and there's no branding that identifies them as the travel agency within that website. So I think that putting booking engines on your websites now is fine. Just make sure that you do your homework and you do your due diligence once you get on it. Because at the end of the day, it's all about you. If you're sending them to Expedia, they don't need to come back to you. So even if you're sending them to, Carnival or Celebrity or Royal, once they're on that site, even though your name might be up top, it's an easy return to the Royal Consumer Booking or the Carnival Consumer Booking site, and the customer's now left you forever.
Right. Good advice. Don't send them away. Keep them on your page.
Yeah.
We have a couple of questions about agents who already have a website who want content added to their website. Do you put specials on their website, their already existing website, or what's the nature?
Actually, we have a completely different product called Vacation Port, and that's content only. So they can take the website that they have and they can add Vacation Port, and that will provide them the entire shopping experience that you would see on Nextsite, only without the hosting and without the Nextsite itself. So yes, you can get content only. It's called Vacation Port, and it's how much is it? $45 a month. No, $50 a month.
Okay.
Sorry, the price just went up. So
And
no,
wait
I
a
think it's
second.
45. I think it's 45.75 a month now. So it's a little bit less expensive because you don't get the whole hosting and website completed, but you do get all of the supplier content and all of the ways to promote it that you would if you got Nextsite.
Okay, excellent. And again, agents, if you want more information on Vacation Port, get in touch with Passport Online. One of our agents wants to know if you help in search engine optimization so that your website comes up higher if people search
Yes.
for it.
We give counsel on website on SEO, and we make sure that in your expertise, your customized content is all about SEO. So we give you the tools to be able to that for you to write your expertise in such a way that it is searchable. So
Okay.
yes, we do give counsel. We don't actually do SEO marketing, but we do give counsel and advice as to how to best be searched online.
Okay, excellent. For your ESP product, do you post to any social media sites other than Facebook? And if not, are agents able to take a Facebook post and post it themselves on Twitter or some other?
That's just a great one. So that we do link to Twitter, which I said. Instagram, we looked into trying to integrate with them, and they have completely forbidden third parties to get into Instagram at all. So we can't do it directly, but yes, we have numerous customers on ESP that grab that post from Facebook and repost it on Instagram. So yeah, you just have to be a little bit savvy to capture it and put it on Instagram, but it's easy to do. We know how to do it, and we can let you know. But yes, that's a great example. We'd love to be an Instagram, but they won't let us.
Okay. And we'll take one more question, and this is kind of a multi-part based on a question that came in. For the Vacation Port product, does Passport Online put the content on an existing website, or does the agent have to know how to do something like that?
The agent has to do it, but we have the instructions.
Okay.
It's
And
pretty easy. Yeah,
similarly,
it's a very easy. In fact, we've just upgraded the whole Vacation Port platform, and it used to be somewhat complicated, and now it's not complicated at all.
okay, sounds good, being not complicated. And similarly,
Yeah.
if somebody has a Nextsite website, you said they have the ability to add their own pages, their own images and whatnot,
Mm-hmm.
connect media channels. Is all that easy to do on the Nextsite website? Do you have to know anything about programming or HTML
No,
or
it's
anything like that?
all as simple, hey, none of us, I mean, I don't know HTML, and I can build a website, and I can add pages, and I can add my own slideshows. It's all about learning about it. We have a very simple internal system administration area that you go into, and, it's all editable, and it's all easy to follow. We've got all sorts of training documents, webinars, and we have a support team that will walk you through it. We do trainings every week, so if you wanted to, learn how to add a page, you can zoom in on that. And you can just go to our website at passportonlineinc.com, and I think there's training information on there. If not, just shoot us an email and we'll send you the data. But yes, it is easy to do, and we are more than happy to train you on it. So
Fantastic.
that's why we're here.
And that's about it for now. We're just about out of time. Again, if you have a question that wasn't answered or if you think of something, please get in touch with Passport Online. The contact information is up on the screen right now. And again, Marilyn will be getting a list of the questions, so she can get back to you if there is more detail that you need about one of your questions. Our host today has been Passport Online, and our speaker has been Marilyn McAleer, Vice President, Business Development. Marilyn, as always, this is just a huge amount of information that is so useful. We really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sandy. It was a pleasure, and we hope to talk to you all very soon. We'll look forward to hearing from you.
Great. And I want to thank our agents for taking time out of your day to be with us today. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.
Thank you.